never stop. As we shuffle time, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Afternoon, evening, good morning, welcome to the Armory, welcome to X, and welcome my pub brother. How you doing, PB?
Yeah, all good. Good. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I see Georgie behind you there. Love to see Georgie.
Yeah. It just. I thought I'd put it up there for once. They just a reminder of what Jim Bowen said. What could have been.
Yeah, exactly.
What you could have won.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of that because I don't know if you've managed to watch the preview this morning yet.
I did.
Did you hate me for the team?
No.
That's all right.
Not at all.
I wanted to go back because obviously I had Chris on last weekend, obviously the Liverpool. So I had to be fair to Chris and find an era.
Listen, I didn't hate it because I knew that would be. Yeah, I knew that would be. Yeah.
I like to test everyone. I like to test.
Yeah, we got our ass whooped that season by everybody. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Obviously, for most people, they're probably still watching the last few moments of the West Ham Forest game, which I am as well, because I really want Forest to make Champions League personally. Oh, jeez.
It's close. Should be it now.
This is why being a neutral fan is much more fun, because you can enjoy both sides.
Well, yeah. Exactly, and I enjoyed the cup final yesterday. I enjoyed the cup final yesterday.
Yeah, we'll get on to that shortly. Don't you worry about that. Right, how are you feeling for the Newcastle game today? Because obviously I don't know your prediction either, so I'll ask you that in a minute. But how are you feeling about today's game?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those games that normally if there's no pressure on, we'd murder the opposition regardless of who we play, and the fact that Newcastle come to town, they could go above us as well. So I always say second isn't second isn't a winner. I don't when a lot of people try and justify being second is an achievement, and it never has been to me. Never has been. Never will be, and I just think that today it's always about finishing as high as you can, regardless where you finish, and you got to, and today that last home game, just go out on a high, and even though this season's been disappointing, I've hated this season, just dust ourselves down and look forward to next season.
Yeah. Well, going on to obviously talk about the game. What was your prediction for this game?
Oh, my prediction. Oh, what did I say? What
Yeah.
did I say? It was. I said 2-2. Another
Oh,
2-2.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know Chris
2-2.
went for because Chris put his teams and predictions in the comments because obviously it was very early on a Sunday morning that I chose to do the preview. Um,
Yeah.
and he went 0-0. I went for a 2-1 defeat. I'll be honest, I'm changing my defeat to now a draw due to the fact that Isaac's not playing. I'll be honest, that
Yeah.
is a bonus to
Yeah.
us, if I'm honest, because Isaac causes us a nightmare. So I'm going to a draw. I don't think what's sad about this, and I hate saying it, I haven't seen enough for us to think that we can beat them, which is horrible. I hate saying it, but I have to be honest. You know, we've had one win in 5, and that was against an absolute shit team.
Yeah.
And Newcastle, I think, have 3 wins in 5. You know, they've. I know it sounds weird, but they have got more to play for because we're technically in the Champions League next season. I know it's not official, but we're technically in it. They're not in it. So for them, they've got more to fight for, and that is what scares me. And I'm looking for the team, and obviously we'll go through it quickly now. We'll go through the Arsenal team because there's no shocks in there. Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis, Kelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. No shock. But with Newcastle, it is quite a bit of a shock actually, because they've gone for the 4 at the back.
It is.
Or it depends how they line up, because there is a possibility they still could 5 at the back with Livramento and Murphy as the wing backs. But I'm going to guess it's a 4. But you've also got Harvey Barnes. You've got Murphy, who is extremely dangerous. I said this morning, on like 12 assists. That is crazy. For a player, I'll be honest, 3 seasons ago, you would have all slated and said to a shit. This the last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely fantastic. And that just shows you how heady he is. And I'll be honest, I'll love Eddie at Arsenal. I really would, because I think he'd get the best out of some of our players. And you got Gordon, 100%. And look, as much as Isaac scares me, Wilson also loves playing against as well. He's an absolute so
it's just injury prone. We don't even see him.
You don't. Now this game is still playing. It's absolute mad. 106th minute now. There's been yellow cards.
That should be it now.
There we go. There's the bench. Right. Awesome. Right. Let's see what people have been saying anyway. Big up to Mohammed saying no Isaac. Correct. No Isaac today.
Mohammed.
Obviously for me that's a bonus because I'll be honest, how Saliba's been playing lately, I would have feared that because Saliba's not been filling me with lots of confidence. However, he's going for a very confident 5-0 today. I'd love it. And don't get me wrong, obviously last season we beat them 4-1 at home. But Newcastle had nothing to play for. They've got something to play for now. And that's where my fear comes from. New home kit, yes. I'll ask Brenny in a minute about that. And Kai is on the bench, yes. Funny enough, I did say the 18th of May.
You did indeed.
It's funny that, isn't it?
Indeed.
I said he'll be back for the 18th of May, and guess what? He's back for the 18th of May. It's amazing what I know sometimes. But yeah, look, he's nowhere near fit enough to start, obviously. It wouldn't shock me if we see him for 5 minutes. Probably get more minutes than Nwaneri will, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Get more minutes than Nathan would if Nathan's on the
well, it's stupid, isn't it? Right. So talking about the home kit, what do you make of it?
Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Do you know what? It's for me, right? You know what it is with home kits, away kits. When you see a new kit every season, it's like, regardless whether it's good or not, I just find that some of us tend to talk about that more than how the season's been. Not Mohammed. I'm not saying that. I know he's just, he's put it in the chat and he's just, gives our own opinions of it. But I mean, it looks all right. But I've gone on this thing next season where I'm buying. I'm going to be buying retro tops because this was a 50th birthday gift, so I
Yeah.
didn't actually go out there and buy my away top, even though I like it. But
Yeah.
it is what it is with the kits. I mean, to be honest, it's we're wearing it next season, regardless whether we like it or not. For me, it's all about how we perform next season. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look bad at all. Oh no, not at all.
No,
But,
the only positive I look, I love the print. I love the way that the A is and all the little bit. The main thing for me, there's more red, which means we don't have to change our kit when we play Tottenham.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Yeah. Look, everyone's like, "Oh, you're moaning about stupid little stuff." That's important to me. When we're playing people like Tottenham, I want to be in red and white, not in an away kit, because it's important. It's important for Tottenham as well when they come to us, because obviously they can't play in their white kit. It's all these little details for me. I know it sounds pathetic, but that's just me.
It looks like, just to say, it looks like the sleeve actually looks like the 89 shirt. Part of the sleeve.
So they've gone quite
design.
retro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it personally. It's I'll be honest, I won't get it for myself because I want the away kit. I want the white one, not the blue one. The blue one, I'm not happy with the blue.
The away
kit
looks nice. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm not happy with the blue kit. I'll be honest. I'm not. Arsenal wearing blue just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
But the white kit is beautiful.
I hate that song.
But I know what you mean. So you know what it is? What's quite funny about the Arsenal fans? They think that song was written for us, and Arteta created it and all that kind of stuff. If you actually ask Louis, like why, and he'll tell you it's about a friend that was a massive Arsenal fan, and it's a dedication to him. It just happens that we have obviously his Louis. Is it his mum or his auntie? I can't remember. Was in Birds of a Feather. Bloody hell!
He talked about.
I can't remember if it's his mum or his auntie. Lewis Stumford. But anyway, she's a famous actress.
Linda Robson.
Thank you. Yes, Linda Robson.
Yeah.
It's either his mum or his aunt. I can't exactly remember the family dynamics on that. But she's been an avid Arsenal fan for years. Mummy going Sharon. But it's it was based in Chigwell. But based in Chigwell. If anyone knows North London well enough, Chigwell's definitely not far from the Arsenal. And you do tend to get an Arsenal Tottenham split, if I'm honest, in Chigwell. But big up to Chris. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Chris, I just want to quickly tell you something. Looks like Luis Diaz could be going to Barcelona. So keep an eye on that one, mate. The game has kicked off, by the way. Just so everyone knows. I said 0-0 because of Arsenal's past meetings with Newcastle, and Newcastle awful away record at big teams. Bet Brenny's buzzing for Leighton Orient. I'm buzzing because I'll be doing it.
100%. I haven't even checked online for tickets yet for that.
All right, if you manage to go, mate.
Wow. Yeah,
if you can't go and you're not at work, join me and Chris because we'll be doing the watch along for the final.
Oh, if I don't go, I'll definitely be up for that. That's next Sunday. Yeah. If I can't,
not next Sunday, the following Sunday.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. Is it the following Sunday?
Yeah, it's at the bank holiday weekend is always the playoff weekend.
Yeah, and that's next week.
Well, how are we playing Southampton? Oh, hang on. Oh, now you confused me, ain't you? Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Because I know
Southampton then.
I know it's that's right. Because when at the end of the game, it was who was it? What's a player that said, was it Galbraith? Ethan Galbraith.
Oh Christ, yeah, it is next weekend.
Orient players said, see you on the 25th.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Comes around quickly.
Bloody hell, doesn't it?
It's bank holiday Monday on the 26th.
Bloody hell. There is a final. Well, sod that. I'm sod Arsenal. Sorry.
So you got the
Sod Arsenal. So it'd be 1
God,
o'clock.
yeah, it's all about.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's 1 o'clock for the
I think it's a
playoff
1
final,
o'clock kickoff, isn't it?
and then the Premier League
Yeah.
kicks off like normally 4 o'clock, doesn't it, on a final day?
Yeah.
You know what? We
All
probably
the
can do both. Probably, depending on how
Yeah.
long the Charlton
Oh, I'm
Leyton
up for
Orient
that.
game goes. I'll be honest though, mate. That would probably be the first. Well, actually, no, because Rangers Celtic. You know, I'm going to support Charlton more than I'll be supporting Leyton Orient. Sorry, mate, but I've got a soft spot for Charlton. I've always had a soft spot for Charlton.
Yeah.
And you know what?
So,
The one
so
on
the Trotter family with Rodney.
yeah, exactly. League Two one. That's a tough one because I've got
Yeah.
Walsall's my local, just down the road. To be fair, against Wimbledon, I want Wimbledon up as well. I love Wimbledon. Soft spot
Same
again.
here. Same here.
Sorry, I know it's weird, but I've
you
got
know
soft
what?
spot.
For me, I'll tell you what. For me, right? If Wimbledon in no matter how many years' time were to somehow make it back to the Premier League, if you're talking, let's just say 5 years, for example, 6
Yeah.
years, that would be an amazing story for them to come back after the success they had.
Yes,
You
I
know.
agree. Wimbledon playing Walsall on the Monday. No, mate, I'll never forget Wimbledon. They've done so well to get back, so I'm happy.
Yeah, they have.
No, mate. Oh, Chris, I'll be honest. I'm exactly the same. I thought it was a separate weekend to the Premier League games because it normally is. It normally is separate. It's normally Premier League weekend and then the following weekend is playoff weekend. So yeah, it's my cock up as well. So I'll be honest, I thought that was 2 weeks time, so I better start sorting stuff out for this week because I hadn't got it prepped. I could join. No, that's fine. Yeah, because the National League is the following weekend, so that would be a good game as well. The less say about that, the better, mate. I wasted 2 hours of my
I don't
life
know
again.
what happened.
Verstappen won. There you go.
Yeah. Enough said then.
Yeah. Sorry, Mohammed. I hope I've done spoiler alert. I should have said spoiler. It's to be honest, it's actually quite an entertaining. Hang on. Oh, brilliant, Raya.
Should have been a goal.
Well done, Raya, though. But like I said, Newcastle are going to be well up for this, as I said, and they have been.
They are. We don't look up for it at all.
No, this is what concerns me. How is he not getting the players up for this? But there we go. So, I should have said spoiler alert, shouldn't I? Sorry, Mohammed. But no, in all honesty, it was actually quite an entertaining F1. But it's just Max one. That's as simple as it was. But yeah, we want to talk about Crystal Palace. Well done to Crystal Palace by first means. Beautiful, wonderful day.
Congratulations to them.
Mate, I just enjoyed being part of it, mate. It was just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I won't forget that day for quite a while, mate. It's just nice. It's obviously beating Man City is obviously a lovely thing anyway. However, it's just Crystal Palace. I have definitely got a soft spot for Crystal Palace. I think most Arsenal fans have.
Same here.
We all know why.
And that was before Ian Wright. For me, it was before Ian Wright came to the club.
Oh, was it? It wasn't for me. It was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I always for Palace some years back, they were always one of them teams that were always, likable. And I just and for me, it wasn't. For me, it was more so. It was probably more so because of Ian Wright. But what I liked as a centre forward was the Wright and Bright partnership. I was like, geez, when we talk about partnerships in the 80s, I look at those two, and I'm not talking Liverpool partnerships because Strike partnership great. But I'm talking those two and McAvenny and Cotty at West Ham. Great partnerships.
McAvenny.
Fantastic player.
Everyone knows full
Fantastic
well I've
player.
got a very huge soft spot for West Ham. Always will do.
Yeah.
But
And he came back.
McAvenny.
He came back for a while, McAvenny.
He
But
did.
when he came back, Cotty was at Everton, and then Cotty
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, great. But right and bright. I mean, congratulations to Palace. I texted a couple of good Palace friends of mine, and they were just over the moon. And yeah, it's well deserved because I've even said time and time again. Yeah, me too. They should have won 35 years ago. They should have won that first game against United. The replay they were awful, but you know they should have won that because they should have held on. But you know what? The football gods this season have awarded teams that deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Palace.
Yeah. Next week is Monaco. Thankfully, and Anna Chris has already said this already. Thankfully, I get to miss it because I'll be doing the final, so I don't care. Monaco at the moment is just boring. They need to like some kind of. I think someone mentioned it a few weeks ago about turning it into Super Mario Brothers. I think they need to do that on Monaco because it's just boring. It's like watching the M25 all day. It's just dull. One team had strategy. Yes, totally agree. McLaren really screwed it up today. I'm glad about Liverpool not watching the Grand Prix. Palace fans in Europe, mate, I can't wait. I know that
they're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, Eagle Eye Football is obviously not. They've not asked me to publicise them, but honestly, Rich, Jordan, Nick, all deserve it, and I hope that they manage to go. I know Rich is a teacher, so he might struggle a little bit, but I hope they enjoy their little European outings next season because they deserve it and really classy fan base as well. I really do enjoy them. Unless your name's Michael Bridge, which is just a knobhead. Well, he's a Tottenham fan, isn't he? But he always does this Selhurst Park Sky News transfer bit on the transfer deadline day. He's an absolute knobhead. Don't like him. Slightly overrated striker as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, what was I about to say? Can't remember. Oh yeah, the weekend of playoff final. So we've got Sheffield United, Sunderland. It won't shock anyone to find out who I'm supporting on the championship, and it's nothing to do with Colm. It's Sunderland. I want Sunderland to come up. They're one of my favourite clubs. I really want to see Newcastle versus Sunderland in the Prem. I'm sorry, but I do.
Yeah.
Obviously, League One. I'm sorry, Brent, but it's Charlton for me. And then League Two, Wimbledon. It's close, in all fairness, with that one, and it's close with Leyton Orient, to be fair as well. But I have to go with who I've always loved for years. It was their youth system, and to be fair, they're still very good at it, their youth. And Orient for me. That for me has always been the main part of why I love clubs. Reading is another club that I'll always love because they're really good at it. And if you can't have a good youth system, I don't particularly like you. Because that for me is one of the most important parts of any club.
Of course it is.
Giving the kids a chance.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that important now to not just Arsenal fans, but to a lot of clubs now.
Yeah, correct.
And from me, and we're old school, and you know what? Until we die, I'll always support the youth and
100%.
And support the system.
Yeah, mate, I agree. And look, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what this shirt reminds me of. It's Alexis Sanchez because I've just quickly looked up. And Trossard just did a movement, and it looked like an Alexis Sanchez shirt.
I wish he did that week in, week out, looking like and playing like Alexis Sanchez.
So do I. But yeah, I won't get it for me. I might get it for my boy because he loves red. So that's his favourite colour. I might get it for him.
That's it. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Anyway,
You
sorry.
heard us talking about him.
Yeah. Carlisle announcing retain list before announcing manager. What a shambles. It's mad, isn't it? I don't want to see the same old come up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Wow. Sorry, when you're done with the messages, I've got little
Yes,
something
right,
for
mate.
Chris.
MotoGP at Silverstone next week. I've still not got into it. I'll be honest. I still don't get into it. Sanchez, yeah, you can. It just had a quick glimpse, and it just felt like a Sanchez set. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, go for it, Brent.
I was saying yes, Chris. For you boys next season. I mean, obviously, I don't know the ins and outs, but if you can get a good start in the National League, you should come straight back up. It's just a shame that it's only what is it? It's just one that goes up, and then there's playoffs.
Yeah,
It's a shame that two teams cannot go up and then have a playoffs for a third team. There should be at least 3 teams going down each time now for me in the league from League Two and 3 teams going up into from the National League, and also the FA Trophy as well. I think what I love about non-league football is the chance for a day out at Wembley as well as trying trying to get promotion. So hopefully you all can do very well and get to the final of the FA Trophy, because I'll be rooting for you boys.
Yeah, I agree. So I've just seen that shot from Odegaard. Lucky now. Yeah. Cricket on Thursday. Mohammed, what is it? Because I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue. Is it the Ashes? Is it too early for that?
It's not the West Indies.
I haven't got a clue. I've not watched England for quite a while now. There's just no one I find entertaining enough to watch it for. I used to love.
Do you know
Freddie.
what? Yeah. In the 80s, used to watch a lot of cricket.
Oh, mate, I
West
did.
Indies, what a team!
Yeah, we had a
but
postman.
they were great players. Yeah,
we had a postman, and obviously I was a kid before anyone starts saying anything, and I was convinced that our postman was Ian Botham because it looked exactly the same, and I was convinced because he literally looked exactly the same as Ian Botham. So I honestly thought that my postman was Ian Botham. So I used to watch the TV. I was like, "There's our postman." It wasn't.
It was probably Michael Botham.
Oh dear.
Oh,
well saved, and Raya again. Oh my word.
Yeah, Raya looks like his old self.
Yeah, it's good. Big up to Temi, say Udi, Bobby, and
Hey, Temi.
We are far behind already going into next season, especially when we don't know our manager. Yeah. Right. England versus Zimbabwe. What, as a test series? As a test series? Or just a one-off?
It could be a one day and then maybe a test. Because they have a lot of 1 days now, don't they? And
yeah.
ODI,
I haven't got a clue. I might look into it, but yeah, if it's like T20, I'm all for it because I love T20. They're much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's just watch this. It's gone out. Arsenal won England 5 slots in Europe. Liverpool won England a 5-year ban from Europe. Jesus Christ, Tab.
Is it? Oh my gosh.
Oh God. God. Someone had to go there, I suppose.
Test. So it was a test, yeah.
All right, corner to Newcastle. Raya and Bird having some fun there. Well, son, Raya's currently on the 10 already at this race. I tell you,
he's man of the match right now.
Yeah,
he's man of the match. You know, because he's been looking really shaky recently, but he's on one today. He's on one.
He's had one dodgy pass today, but his saving, which is obviously it's what it's all about anyway, has been sublime.
He's had his Weetabix. Look at that.
That is incredible.
Well, we see who's the better side at the moment.
Oh yeah, that would. Unfortunately, this is exactly how I saw it anyway, so I'm not shocked by
Yeah.
this. It pisses
But
me off,
Ra's
but I'm not
performance,
shocked.
yeah, Ra's performance right now should give the lads a lift.
Well, you think so? Odegaard, why are you being
Mm,
stupid? Why is he grabbing? He's the
that's what
captain
he.
and he's
That's
wrapping
what he
his
does.
arms around Burn.
That's what he does.
But that is a foul. If he falls
Mm,
over and Odegaard's holding him at the time, that's a foul. That's a penalty. Job done.
yeah.
Stupidity. Mohammed said it's a test. Oh, I didn't know. I did honestly did. I did.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've just never thought of Zimbabwe actually having a Test cricket team. I don't know why. I've never.
Mm.
I don't ever remember their names being mentioned. Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, yes. India,
I know they've
Pakistan,
got played
Bangladesh.
in World Cups and whatnot.
Yeah,
Days.
I've just never really noticed.
Oh,
I don't know
still got
why.
his head down. It's how he's coached for real.
That is
Mm.
true.
Lads.
Well done,
I knew
Trossard. Of
Trossard.
course
I knew
you
that
lose
would
your head
happen.
there. Yep. Not announced with manager before. Retain this is like putting hot water in first for washing dishes, but have no washing up liquid. Normally England, India, Sri Lanka, West India. Yeah, it's just. To be honest, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe. I'm trying to think of it over my history of watching cricket. I don't really remember Zimbabwe ever being mentioned. Like as a team, I'd go, "Oh, Zimbabwe."
No. Yeah.
Maybe it's a recent thing. I don't know. Temi saying Rodrigo, Gyökeres, and Saka would be the most dangerous front three in Europe. Now, I do want to comment about some little child that has posted on X today without any context. Now, obviously, for people that know me, there's a transfer chat group chat that we've got as well, and I did have to post in there because people were having a meltdown because Mbeumo has been mentioned by Team News and Ticks, whatever his name is. I have a different name for him, and it's definitely not broadcastable. But he's mentioned that Arsenal are very interested in Mbeumo. Yes, correct, we are. But that's not the only forward signing we're making. We want to make 3 forward signings: 1 striker, 2 versatile forwards is the best way I want to put it. So they are wingers, but they can also players are number 9, players are 10. They're versatile. So he didn't put that out there. He just put Mbeumo, and that was it. And let the Arsenal fans just have a massive meltdown. Because obviously, oh no, that's the striker. No, that's not the striker. That is a player that we're looking at. He's a forward. And I did say to people, don't expect all fantastic names, because at the end of the day, we haven't got £1 billion to spend on players. We have 300 plus. And look, I still think we'd have. I think either 1 or 2 oh my god signings will happen. And Bremo will be a good squad addition, very good squad addition. It will give Saka some rest, but Bremo can play both sides and can also play as number 9 if needed. So I have no issues with him. India coming in the summer. Oh, okay, that's more fun. I have to be honest. No, I've got no issues with Bremo. Me and Brenny have never had a problem with Bremo. It's just when you release that information to a fan base that are already waiting for the striker to be released or to be named, and that's the first name he comes out with. Like, come on, just use your brain cells. Yes, that one. Very close to that. He's also, I don't like the guy at all.
Yeah. I don't study none of those. When I see anything like that, I don't study it.
The problem that I have with him, one, he doesn't show his face. He never shows his face. You don't see him, and I don't like that. Because I honestly don't actually know who he's got a contact with. I haven't got a clue. I'm guessing it's not very high ranking. Yeah. But I'm gonna guess because he doesn't show his face, doesn't release his name, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. Is also my problem. Now, when you work in that field, as far as I'm concerned, unless you're given permission to release the information, don't release it. because it does. I know it sounds really pathetic to some people, but it does have a knock-on effect. Because let's say Brentford read that tweet, they'll be like, "Really? Oh, okay. Let's put an extra 10 million quid on that."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they can be that petty, and I've known it with other clubs where someone's released information and they've gone, right, well that ain't happening then. That transfer's been stopped now. So yeah. First friction between the two teammates at certain teams today. We know, yes. Oh Christ, yeah. Definitely, it was stupid. They made really stupid errors today, McLaren. And also Clerk and Hamilton as well. Madrid stopping Huijsen from moving to an English club is appreciated. Well, that's our first loss, in my opinion. I would have liked him. I would have liked him at Arsenal. It's mainly because he's both-footed, so he covers both the right and left, which is really good to have, in my opinion. We will still sign a centre-back. I'm not worried about that. But, yeah, that's our first loss. And that just how it shows you how much we peed off Real Madrid. Because we really did. It's the funny fact. The funny matter is their first payment is actually before the transfer window opens. Now, we couldn't do that. Like, we couldn't pay. We wouldn't be able to pay until like the 1st or 2nd of June. So Real Madrid have gone above and beyond just to get him. It's absolutely mental what they've done.
Yeah.
But hang on. Come on, Benjamin. Come on, Benjamin. Oh, Ben, don't.
It's not going to get a penalty for that.
No. Keep your mouth shut as well, Ben.
Yeah. He should have. Yeah.
Ooh.
He should have squared the ball there. Martinelli was looking for it. That's why he should have squared it.
I don't think anyone touched him, did they?
No one touched him.
Oh dear. Oh, anyway, big up to the 800 people. I didn't realise that was such a big number. Do apologise, people.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's going to be a very busy weekend then if we've got playoff final and Premier League game to do. Barrel of laughs that was going to be.
And then the following weekend will be Champions League final.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Still hurts that we're not in that final.
Well,
but it hurts even more that we've not been able to win the league.
Oh yeah, but look, if you listen to Mikel, it's injuries and red cards. That's what's cost us, not the shit performances.
Yeah, and then people fall for that exactly, and then there's others like, oh yeah, injuries, and then it's like you're seeing lists about how many injuries we've got to see. I'm like, but it's part of the sport, isn't it? It's just it's part of the game. There's always going to be injuries.
It's mad, isn't it? Well, this is the problem that I had with Arsblog and all those Arsenal Vision podcasts. Look, some of the guys are decent, but they've literally had Mikel Arteta on stage with them. I guarantee that was not free. And if it was free, there's something dodgy happened between the two of them, because I can guarantee you that. Because Mikel's not going to say, you know what, I'll just turn up for you guys and have a little chat. That's never going to happen.
Exactly.
That's put them down quite considerably in my eyes, because now they're not non-biased Arsenal fans. They are Mikel Arteta fans. Because you shouldn't. I personally, if Mikel said to me, "Oh, can I come on and talk?" I'd go, "No, I wouldn't want you to." Because I want to stay the way I am. Oh, hang on. This is what happened. Oh. Okay. When Morris did make the move eventually, it was bloody aggressive. Yes, tell me about it. Afternoon, big up to Tabs. They say injury, but anything more in
Tabs.
The squad.
Right.
Could he be coming to you? No, it's definitely a groin injury. Perfect timing as well. There's Geordie saying, away the lads. Big up to you, Geordie. Hope you're doing well, my mate. You're playing a lot better, by the way, than we are. It's a factor, Bobby. Remember when Paul collapsed in 2021? I still think we should have signed a couple in January. Well, that was down to Mikel. He was offered a striker. He was, we tried something else as well. That might happen again this summer. The winger. Declan. No,
yeah, I don't blame you.
Gyökeres news. You'll find out after the cup final next weekend what Gyökeres will be doing. I think it's fair that no one talks about Gyökeres until he's finished his season, which doesn't finish till next weekend because he is in a cup final. So I feel it's only fair that they just leave it to it's the window's not open at the end of the day. So let's just leave it because let him enjoy hopefully winning the final next weekend.
I agree.
I'm not. It's the thing is what annoys me the most is when certain people release information which is I wouldn't say inaccurate, but just haven't got enough context to it. It's like because Mbremo, yeah, Arsenal were very interested, and I could see that one happening this summer. But that's not the only forward player because if you're going to release that information to the Arsenal fans desperate right now, they're all going to go, well, that's not good enough. I'm Arteta, I'm Berta out, I'm KSE out already. Well, add some more context to it then, people. Because, we are looking at Rodrigo. We are looking at Rafael Leao. Leao, I honestly don't rule out right now because Milan, yes, don't want to sell him, but it doesn't mean Rafael Leao wants to stay. So you've got that situation. You've got Rodrigo, who could be leaving Real Madrid as well. Cristiano Ronaldo this season. This is not nothing to do with Arsenal, by the way. Cristiano Ronaldo, but Cristiano Ronaldo is looking to leave Al Nassr. So there's that. De Bruyne has not ruled out staying in England. So you've got that. Oh, hang on. What's Pope going to do here? Oh, well done. But yeah,
I didn't think Pope would have beaten Man to build it.
No, I wasn't too sure because Pope didn't look like he was running that fast. In all honesty,
yeah,
I'm not. Bit weird that one. First, I've heard of an Mbremo thing. To be honest, yeah, Mbremo for me will definitely leave Brentford. I don't see him staying. But there's like I said with Luis Diaz, it looks like Barcelona are going to come in for him. There's a lot happening at the moment. There's a young lad from Club Brugge. I think his name begins with S. I can't think of his name. Probably going to Tottenham. There's loads happening, and I've got no issues talking about it. It's just when people just start going, "Oh, I've read this. Is this can't be true?" No, don't read everybody's because at the end of it, even media has agendas. So there's anti-Arsenal papers, there's pro-Arsenal papers. They will pump out stuff to get you all to read it or subscribe to their news bulletin or whatever you want to call it. I don't want Leao anywhere near my club, the Portugal. Oh, really? Well, I actually like Leao. I think he's absolutely. Look,
I like him. He's a good player.
Yeah. Look, admittedly, I will put my hands up and say I am an AC Milan fan. So obviously, I do have a little bit of bias on this, but I think he's sublime. And considering all we'll be asking him to do is be the left-sided Saka, which is probably the best way I can put it. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
And at Milan, he isn't that. He is Leao, and he has to do pretty much everything at Milan. So I think if he was to come to us, I think he'd be absolutely divine. Personally, Fringo for us, year in the works. Yeah, it was always going to happen. Frimpong. I did not see it happening. To be fair, I just didn't see how Conor Bradley would be happy. But obviously, he signed a new deal as well, so it's all worked out for me. Barcelona can have deals arranged to Uber. What if? Oh, Jesus. Then Dermot's going to remember that for about 100 years if they win it. That's good. I'm not. At the end of the day, if they win it, they've deserved it. As simple as that. So I'm not going to take it away from them. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard to take, considering all that we've won in the last 5 years as an FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's all right to a lot of fans. That's fine.
Well, it's not to me. It really is not to me.
It's not to me either. It isn't to
I
me
know
either.
it's not to you. But
you know? It's mate.
It
It's
makes me
just
sick.
Oh.
We have
You
to
see,
win
if
something
United,
this season.
if United win it,
yeah,
100%. 100%. If United win the Europa League, it's kind of like, well, you know what? It's United. They're a club, traditionally over the decades, no matter how well they've played, how badly they've played, they always pop up with the trophies. And when you're a footballer, and if you're playing for Man United, and you've not won the league title under Sir Alex Ferguson, but you've won the Europa League, some FA Cups, some League Cups. As a player, that's something you can still tell the grandchildren.
Yeah, exactly. Martinelli underperformer. Well, again, I don't pay too much about the stats. I'm more worried about the data. The data's more in depth, and Liao will do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Out of the two, look, if someone was to say what's more likely, Rodrigo or Liao, I'd probably say more likely is Rodrigo. But the Rodrigo one, I'll be honest, will have some kind of stipulation that will affect us long term, which is what I would not be too happy about. We'll talk about that if that ever happens, and I'll tell everybody exactly what that means. But yeah, the Rodrigo one would be a little bit harder for me to take, only because of what the stipulation would be. But the player, I have no issues with Rodrigo at all. I'm not bothered who wins it exactly, mate. You've won the league, so crack on. Everyone's saying, I've seen some Arsenal fans saying about, Man City have won nothing this season. And we've won nothing. What we got to celebrate?
Oh, they've gone on that one, have they? We've won nothing. Exactly.
They've used.
I've seen City fans.
I'm trying to think of the scene in the pub where Boise laughs at something, and then got Rodney and Del Boy all laughing because then Boise's just.
It was something to do with Cassandra's specimen and about where you can keep it. And Marlene says, "How about Boise's pants?" And that's when he starts laughing, and he realised,
yeah. Well, basically, that someone's done a gif of that with obviously Arsenal fans being one of them, and then Man City being Boise. So none of us have got anything to be proud of because none of us have won nothing. So we've definitely can't banter Man City.
I knew that would happen. Yeah. But you see, it's a lot. There's fans who are doing that. When they do that as well, when you say there are a lot of fans who are Arteta in that do that, as if to say, cool, that's all right. City here, nothing. And it's like, well, a minute, like you say,
all trophies do mean the same. I will say that. Yep. But if I was to put I'm different. I'm different to some people. I put Premier League above Champions League. I'll be honest. I live in
England. The bread and butter.
I live in England. I don't live across Europe. I live in England. So what comes first is Premier League to me, then Champions League, then FA Cup. Very, very, very close to the Champions League, just because of what the FA Cup means to me. Then League Cup, and then Europa and Conference League. If I'm honest, that's the order I have. I don't rate Leao, the Portuguese docu. Same with Nico Williams. Just my opinion. Well, Arsenal fans will find out in about 2 or 3 weeks exactly who it will be. Arsenal won nothing for how many years? That's first season while not winning anything. And they've had a really poor season as well.
Exactly. And you know what? And credit when credit is due to Pep Guardiola, because he's even said how many times he takes accountability. He said, we've not been good enough this season, and that's all right. Danger averted. That was sloppy from Saliba. I don't know what
Oh,
that
come
was
on.
about.
Well,
I don't know what
Martin,
that
you
was
can, you
about.
can, all- you,
Partey
Martin,
just
you can
now.
all moan about it stuff, but how about you just tell him then?
Yeah,
For God's
exactly.
sake.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, ESPN have said it. Well, that's look for people that know football well enough and know football history. It is a cup that is very close to people's hearts, right? But it's not a big trophy. It is for me like winning the Emirates Cup. It means pretty much
Yeah.
nothing. It's just very good
Some
for the
Arsenal
community.
fans rate that ahead of the League Cup.
Oh, they can go and
Yeah.
swivel, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. No, look for the community. The actual trophy itself is amazing, and it does so much good for the charities and community that is involved in it. But that's it. Obviously, back in the day, it meant a lot more. But nowadays, some teams can literally put their second team out because the following week is literally the start of the Premier League, so they're more concerned about that, which is fair dues because I'd probably be the same. Carlisle new head of football operations is Mark Tierney from Altrincham. I'm 50-50 on him because some of their fans not bothered. Oh, that's always an alarm bell. That's a red flag. If their fans are not bothered about him leaving, that's a red flag, to be honest. We were promised interview with Tierney, still not done. Hughes must have had talks with owners for 4 weeks now. That's amazing. Retained list one day before deadline. We are a joke. I can't defend owners now. Bunch of incarnations of. Well, anyway, we've hardly talked about the game. 39 minutes in.
There's not a lot to talk about now, really.
No, Newcastle being the better team.
Yeah,
kind of what I expected. It's still 0-0 though, so that's I suppose a bonus. We're not losing. Ray's had a really great game.
Yeah, he's been our best player.
Yeah, but Saliba, Partey, just some of them look a little bit
We've
dodgy.
been very sloppy in possession as well.
Oh, yes. Indeedy. Big up to the 998 people now watching. The group chat has just said our football is atrocious. Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more with him, honest.
Yeah, so's our manager.
This is why I put it on the thumbnail. Give us something to look forward to next season. This is nothing for us to look forward to next season. This football. How on earth is this something to? It's mad. I'm shocked by Howe's transformation from his gunko style at Bournemouth to this defensive unit at Newcastle. A little disappointing. I disagree to a degree because look, he's a very good defensive unit, but once they go forward, they're a bloody danger because they're quick.
They are,
and they're a massive threat. And look, as long as he's got 5 at the back today, so he's got Livramento on the left and Murphy as the. So I was right about the wing back.
You know what?
Yes, mate.
Do you know what, Temi? No, I'm saying, Temi, it's how we deal with it as well, Temi. And that's where your elite top class managers come into play, where they find a way to beat that.
Yep.
But I just think, really, they've been the better side, Temi, in my opinion, at the moment. And they just look like they're just looking to pick us off of from the break, on the break, I should say.
Yeah.
But just quickly, like I was saying earlier on, I forgot to finish actually about Guardiola. He takes full accountability for when City don't perform, when City don't win the trophy, they don't get the results. And fair play to him. And that's what Mikel Arteta should be doing.
Yep.
And he'll tell you when his team have not been good.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I've
Fewest
got
touches,
respect
Jesus
for Guardiola
Christ.
like that. You know, he's very honest. I know.
I'll tell you, the one that actually
Come on,
concerns me the most is
Trossard.
Declan. Declan's on there.
Mm,
That's a concern.
yeah.
Now, it wouldn't shock me. I would not be shocked because I know he's got a hit problem. Declan is probably nowhere near 85% fit. Pretty much guarantee it. Obviously, I haven't got the information in front of me.
I
But
wouldn't have played
it
him
wouldn't shock
today
me.
then.
Nah,
If that
I
was the
wouldn't
case,
have.
yeah.
But Gilberto
Look at that
Silva,
legend in the crowd.
yeah.
Do you know what he got hard done by Wenger in 2007, 2008 when he gave William Gallas the captaincy and he didn't even play much that season. I know we finished third and we were 4 points off the title, but Gilberto Silva, he couldn't leave him out.
No.
Last best DM we had, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think Hugh stays because it don't take that long for manager to retain this 4 weeks ago. A relegation square should be done by now. People at Carlisle don't know how to use phones or computers to bloody communicate. They're probably using fax machines still, mate. I'm sorry that as us fans are meant to be psychics. I do apologise.
So easy.
Big up to Michael. Hi lads, Arteta's overcoached his team
Michael.
to the 9th degree. So slow, no ideas. We need the new players in. But yeah, I do totally agree. I already know what's happening to BTEC, Mike Williamson, Rob Elliott, or ex-Carlisle player Peter Murphy, both been linked. Peter Murphy, one of our greatest defenders. Keep it that way. Don't ruin it by giving him the job. Murphy is at Queen of the South and managed Annan. Keep it that way. That's his level. Yeah, National League is, I'll be honest, no offence to Scottish football, but it's still below the lower leagues of Scottish football as well, like the Championship, League 1, League 2 and all that. Yeah. National League is a very hard league. Very hard. I guarantee Arteta won't be able to get a team out of that. I guarantee it. I'd put money on it. Honestly, if you were to give Arteta a job in the National League, I guarantee he won't get them out of that league. I guarantee you probably won't get Pep or Arne Slot or anyone from the Premier League to get any team out of that that National League, because you need a different mentality. You really do. Yes, I agree with that, guys. Exactly. It's half time. Literally no injury time whatsoever, which is quite nice. It's unusual, isn't it? Literally half time. Right, guys, we will be back very, very shortly. We're going to have a quick break and we'll be back. Speak to you all very soon. Noble. Just want to quickly finish the comments. So, because of the league, so that's why you still want Mark Hughes. Totally get it. Would you take Glasner at Arsenal? I just realised he won the Europa League in Germany. Yes, he did. I think Glasner's a very good coach. I know Tottenham are looking at him. I do think he can step up. I don't know what his ceiling is, if I'm honest, but he's definitely worth a punt. There's someone else I like in the Premier League that I think would be perfect for Arsenal. I don't know, Arsenal think of the same of someone that's in the Premier League. So, yeah, there are, look, a lot of people go, well, if you're going to get rid of Arteta, who are you going to replace him with? Anybody that has won trophies. Anyone. For me, there's many. So, yeah. Look, as long as they've won something or have had a career where they've won stuff, then I've got no issues with it. You need that winning mentality at Arsenal, which we don't have. Solid race from Hajar again. No, I'm not giving Ferrari praise when they should be challenging McLaren. The fact Ferrari celebrating that result is why they are laughing stock these days. Double points from Williams again. That's them preferring it. Let's see that both with the car. Yeah, I know. Really good from Williams today. Williams just makes me smile anyway. Right, let's look at the stats. Obviously, it's 0-0. That's obviously one stat. But possession, I don't know why I do this to myself. Possession 58%, 42 for Newcastle. XG for Arsenal 0.37, 1.2 for Newcastle. 5 shots for us, 2 on target. 10 shots for Newcastle, 5 on target. Why do I bother reading this shit? Corners 7 for Arsenal, 4 for Newcastle. Jesus Christ. XG mainly from set play. We've only had 0.08 from open play, so that kind of tells you everything. Passes, yeah, we've had more than Newcastle. Whoopie-doo. Duels, we're losing the aerial duels, which doesn't surprise me when you've got Dan Burn in the team, in all fairness.
Yeah.
But ground duels are winning, so I'll take that as a win. But yeah, and the fact that David Raya is the highest rated player so far tells you everything. And Kivior,
No surprise.
the 2 highest rated players. And then it's a group of 6 Newcastle players. Then it's Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, Saka, Lewis Skelly, Martin Odegaard's back there, just above Saliba. Yeah, you can kind of. It just makes sense. Gabriel's having a bad, Martinez having a bad game. You can see that. Callum Wilson's having a bad game. You can see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, McLaren and Williams are my favourite teams. They are old school for me as well, mate. I'll always love them. I know Ferrari, you can say, well, they're old school too, yeah, but I just can't stand the team. I can't stand them. Never will. I'll never forgive what. I think his name was Enzo, wasn't it? Enzo Ferrari tried to do with Henry Ford. If you don't know, watch the film. It will tell you everything you need to know. But yeah, I'll never forget. I'll never forgive him for that because Ford were trying to buy Ferrari, but Enzo wanted to keep a part of it and was just an arse. And then obviously Henry Ford decided to create the GT40, I think, at the time, to demolish him. Williams are going to be what McLaren are now in a few years. Brilliant. I know they're not British made. They're not British owned anymore. I don't care. It's still Williams. As long as they still keep the Williams name, I'm happy. It's when they start changing it that's when I'll lose interest. But yeah, it's all good. Right, second half going to come up soon. Brent, what would you do at half time apart from take all 11 players off? Well, apart from Raya.
Yeah, keep Raya on. Take 11 players off. Bring on. Probably give. Well, Kyle probably won't. He'll probably get a run out.
Yeah,
but I'll say probably maybe about 15 minutes. But yeah. I mean, who is on the bench anyway, apart from Kai
I was
Havertz?
about to have a look, to be honest, mate, because I'll be honest, I can't remember.
Yeah.
So on the bench is Neto, Tierney, Sinchenko, Calafiori. Oh, good, 3 left backs. Henry Francis, Jorginho, Waneri, Havertz, and Sterling. So no Butler either.
Oh. He must have told him Arteta about himself.
It's probably because Havertz is on there, so that's the striker option gone. But yeah, it's been a great game against Brentford. Brentford, Fulham. Obviously, Fulham beat Brentford 3-2. Forest beat West Ham 2-1. So Forest could be heading. Well, they're definitely heading for Europe, but can they make it to Champions League? I just want to have a quick look at the Premier League table now, actually. Premier League table. So Forest is currently in 7th. Obviously, Man City have got a game in hand, obviously. It's still doable for Forest. They can still do it. If we win this, then that's it done. We're second. Yeah, we are actually even above City. Yeah, because it would have to be a massive swing for goal difference if we were to win today.
Yeah.
Which ain't going to happen because we've got Southampton. So, so yeah, if we win today, then that's Champions League concrete in. But yeah, Forest could still do it, you know. For me, City have probably got it, you know, because obviously they've got a game in hand. The way that they're I know they lost yesterday against Crystal Palace, but obviously that's a cup final, so that's always different. But their league form has drastically improved. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Another left back.
Is this if this is for Lewis Skelly, I'm going to cry. Seriously.
William Saliba.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh.
Okay, then.
Oh, God. I do hate... Oh, hang on. Are Newcastle making a change as well, or is it just Arsenal?
I think Newcastle as well.
I think it's just Arsenal, I think. It's just because Jacob Murphy was around at the time. I was like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
That's a change, really. Mind you, I can't say he's had a great first half, so, you know.
No.
I'm of that mentality. If they're not having a good game, get them off. So,
yeah.
But I'm guessing it's an injury because there's no way that that's not an injury.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. But Calafiori, the only thing I've got an issue with Calafiori, and now I know a lot of people go, oh, we won't ever sell him. If the bid comes in, we'll sell him. But Callum Wilson and Calafiori could be an absolute issue because Calafiori loses his temper very quickly.
Yeah, he does.
And I've got a feeling Wilson may aim for that, if I'm honest. Right, here we go. Oh, here's JJ. Hello, everyone. Hope you're well.
You're right, JJ.
There we go. Did you see the retain list? Yeah, too many bluffers staying. Can't just release them all. You can, especially in the lower leagues. I've seen those of it. I've seen some teams that literally only keep 3 players sometimes. Saliba injury. Yeah, it's definitely Saliba injury. There's definitely no other reasons for it. It's definitely not going to be a tactical change. Arteta doesn't do that. Still, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I'll be honest. I always forget that, especially when the game's boring. And this game has been fairly boring, if I'm honest. But anyway, it is 0-0. Arsenal have got a corner early on. Now, I'm not saying Calafield was a bad player. He's not. He's not a bad player, but he does have a fiery temper. Definitely fiery. I kind of expect Kai to get like 5 minutes at the end, if I'm honest. Who would you keep, Chris? Yeah, he's fit enough to probably play 5-10 minutes, in my opinion, but nothing more.
What a wasted corner. Jeez.
We went all the way back to Raya. Yay!
Standard.
Well, Calafiori's still up there because, honestly, the guy's crazy. I love him. I love how crazy he is. But he's definitely got a bit of a temper, which needs to be curbed a little bit. But yeah, he's got a good strike on him as well. In all fairness,
he has, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon if someone comes in for 35 million quid, we'll snap that off easy.
Yeah, I think so.
Same with Kivior. Kivior, if someone comes in for 35, Kivior's gone as well.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, you know, would we been bringing in a couple of centre halves?
Well, we can. We've got them scouted and ready. And Dicker from Roma is the one that would come in for probably Kivior if Kivior was to leave. I'd predict it's Dicker. We've got a young centre back that we're looking at from Club Bruges. Begins with an O. I can't remember his name. He's Ecuadorian.
Okay.
He's very, very clever, very talented, strong, agile. I like him a lot. So that's another one. So yeah, I'll be honest. If I'm not concerned if any player goes because I know we've done enough legwork to get replacements.
Yeah,
I expect Partey to sign a new contract this week. If I'm honest, that's my honest opinion. I think Partey will sign a new contract this week. And if he doesn't sign a new contract this week, then we're definitely getting a new DM because there's a time frame on it now. Because obviously we need to make sure that we're replacing him if he is going to go. But I know he wants to stay more than he wants to go, which is good. But he's going to have to be honest with himself. He ain't going to get an increase, and if it is an increase, it's going to be a small one, not what he. You know, because a lot of these players are coming in and they're going to be given big contracts. The striker's got a big contract. The winger that we're looking at will have a big contract. Saka's getting a big contract. Saliba's getting a big contract.
Yeah.
Partey obviously thinks, oh, I should have part of that. Really? You've had one good season since you've been here, mate. You personally, you should give us some payback. Give us some money back, personally, but that's just me. Just because Breeze is contracted doesn't mean he's staying. He will go on and sell. Harris is not staying.
Joe Ordonez. That's the guy, isn't it? I think that's his name.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, thank you.
Ordonez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I suck at remembering all the names. The amount of names I have to remember, funny enough, I
know, it's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot of names I have to remember because it's not just Arsenal people I have to speak to. There's a lot of teams I have to speak to, and I have to remember everybody's names. And but I do like this young lad, this Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
And I like that we're going for someone that because the Ecuadorians are well known for being strong, agile, and just the type of player I quite like personally.
You see, and that's the thing. And with those some of them South American countries, they're like they're very streetwise footballers, streetwise defenders or midfielders. It's like Alexis Sanchez. I call him Chilean. He was streetwise. He was a street footballer.
Yes, it's important for me.
Brazil used to have that, but they don't have that currently in their squad. I mean, I
No,
think
they
they've got I think they've got about maybe 4 or 5 players who play in the Brazilian leagues.
Yeah.
Like your Grêmio and your what do you call it, like your Flamengo and who's that other Brazilian team? Not Vasco da Gama. But
Santos.
yeah, Santos. So so you got those ones, and I feel that those players in that Brazilian league work harder than the Brazilians in the current squad,
Yeah,
in my
I agree.
opinion. And Carlo Ancelotti's going to be taking over.
Yeah, I agree. Mohammed, you're on about De Kuyper. Again, another player that we are looking at is De Kuyper. We've looked at their goalkeeper. I do promise, because obviously this sounds like we just scout Club Brugge. We do scout other leagues and other clubs, but we have got 3 people that we like from Club Brugge. And look, if you think about it, what normally happens is the Club Brugge sell their players to Brighton, Brentford, and then their fee is like 60, 70 million quid after 2 seasons at their new club. We're going to literally go and get them a little bit earlier and trust them a little bit earlier, because Caicedo came.
That wasn't good.
But no, I like that we're looking at those type of players, if I'm honest. So yeah, JJ and Chris are just talking about Carlisle, which I'm obviously enjoying. It's better than watching EastEnders, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Geeks, big up to Geeks saying,
Hey, Geeks, you're right, mate.
Hey, here's it. Thank you very much, Geeks. Appreciate it, bud.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, big up to the 1,298 people currently watching. Thank you very much. It's a little bit better from the second half from us, but not exactly like we're hungry. And Odegaard's just peeing me off again today. I'm sorry.
Isn't it?
I feels like it starts to feel like I've got an agenda against him, but I can't help what I'm seeing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're using the eye test, and to be honest, a lot of Arsenal fans see it as well. Even in the group chat, everybody's spoken about it. Virtually everybody feels the same about Martin Odegaard.
Yeah. Look, I'd have no issues if he wasn't the captain. I have higher standards for him, and that's my issue. Is I have such high standards for him because he's our captain.
Oh dear.
And there we go. You know, I expect a lot more from our captain. I always do.
Yeah.
Eze is class. I don't expect to see Eze at Crystal Palace next season, if I'm honest.
Whoa,
oh, fucking yes.
See that coming.
Martin Odegaard, watch that out back a few times and you'll be a happy man.
Exactly.
Bingo, alabango.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream.
What's a strike? To be fair, he's had a really quiet game today.
Isn't he?
But that is what you should be doing from midfield. Just saying. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's have a look. Geeks say Calafiori, Partey, Trossard, Martinelli, Neto, Jorginho, Sterling, Zinni, and Katie all near or out the door. Will 7 be enough? I think so. When you think about Lewis Skelly and Nwaneri will be used as squad players next season as well. So technically that's 9 because Lewis Skelly and Nwaneri weren't really going to be used as much as they were. Lewis Skelly was meant to take El Neni's place, literally just have a few cameos here and there. I think so. I don't think both Trossard and Martinelli go. I think Martinelli stays. Trossard will go, in my opinion. Calafiori will only go if the right bid comes in. So if the right bid doesn't come in, then obviously he'll stay. Partey, I think, will sign a new contract this week, if I'm honest.
What do you reckon a 1-year deal, Bobby? Partey?
I think 1 year with an option. That's what I reckon. And I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
Because it gives us a season with Subi, And I think next summer we will obviously try and buy another DM, which will make sense personally. Neto obviously goes back to Bournemouth. Jorginho is going to Brazil. Sterling is definitely going back to Chelsea, but probably going to Turkey. So what I've been told. Zinni definitely going. Katie obviously welcome back to Celtic. So I think 7 will be enough, in my opinion. But it doesn't surprise me if we get an 8th or a 9th. So yeah, Katie, I expect that to happen. Even if it's just for a minute or two. I don't.
I think he's been a great servant when he's played.
Yeah, I love him to bits.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Mikel's way of playing, I guarantee we would have seen him a lot more. But we just don't use a left back as a left back anymore.
No.
There is a reluctance to take the game by the scruff of the neck and take a shot. Well, unless you're Declan Rice, which is why I love Declan. And I guarantee he'll get told off for it because I guarantee he probably shouldn't have done it. But I don't care. Hato is a good defender. Again, he will be moving. I can guarantee that. But I wouldn't put us as favourites anymore. I think Liverpool are more likely than us. But we're still in the mix. But I personally think he'll go to Liverpool, in my opinion. Dear me. Dear. But look, I think we kind of, on second half performance, we probably slightly have edged it. But if you go over the whole game, we're probably lucky to be a 1-up, if I'm honest.
Have a shot, Saka. Oh.
So if we're just going by the 13 minutes, yes, we deserve to be 1-up. But if you're going over the 60 minutes, we don't deserve to be winning. Huijsen is obviously already done. Real Madrid. Kirkez will also be leaving Liverpool. This is the thing with Liverpool. Look, with Hato and Kirkez, I don't think they can get both in. So if Liverpool get Kirkez, then there's a slight chance we'll get Hato. But yeah, we'll see. Newcastle are going to make some changes by the looks of it. Looks like Kraft is coming on. Yeah, I think that is Kraft, isn't it? That's coming on. That's a bit of a strange substitution. If we didn't get Huijsen and Hato, the alternative. Yeah, because I think if he was to join any Premier League club, Huijsen, he would have come to Arsenal. But obviously, Real Madrid have just chosen to do a different way of signing him, if I'm honest.
Thomas thought he won the ball.
But I'm happy for Huijsen. I think that Real Madrid will look after him very well. And I think he's going to be a sublime defender. Oh, okay. Newcastle making 3 changes. Jeez. Hato is a centre back, eventually. Left back is like a Gomez type. Well, yes, I agree. However, have you met our manager? So for our manager, he'll be left back, stroke left centre back, stroke DM, stroke goalkeeper, stroke striker, stroke left winger, stroke pretty much every other position he can put him in. But yeah, I think sometimes that's what backfires on Arteta. See, certain player will want to come to Arsenal to play in their position. They won't want to play this kind of weird.
Break away.
Let's just see what happens with this break here.
Oh,
quite a weak effort, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. You'll take 8 Nori. Yeah, I'd take 8 Nori. We will have to get a left back. But I think the left back situation is the only one that we would probably be flexible enough not to do because we don't necessarily have to do it. How's no one triggered Ignacio release clause? I know, it's mad. Because you got Diamonde as well that can leave Lisbon. You got Trincao. There's just so many players. This window is going to be mental. I can guarantee you that it's going to be absolutely mental. But yeah, So have Newcastle made their changes or not? I can't remember.
I think they come
I
on.
don't think they've come on yet, have they? I can't see it.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
Oh,
You're
okay,
right. They
cool.
haven't come on yet.
That's all right then. Because they will be making 3 changes when they do come on. I think Oscilla is one of them. I think Kraft is one of them. I don't know who the other one is. Obviously, I'm not a Newcastle fan, so I don't know their players off by heart. Funny enough.
So, yeah. When Callum Wilson is fully fit, he's a menace.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, it's Lewis Miley that's coming on as well. I haven't seen him for a while. Kunde, yeah, that's someone that we definitely were looking at. There was talk when he signed a new deal in January that he was going to be allowed to leave this summer. So I would say maybe keep an eye out for Kunde leaving. Obviously, not guaranteed. Obviously, if the bid doesn't come in for him, then obviously Kunde won't leave. But if someone does bid for Kunde, I think he might be allowed to leave. Right. So here we go. Sorry, but that was quite funny. How many signings did Carlisle need? A new squad. Sorry, that's funny. Right. So Jacob Murphy's one of them coming off. Sorry, I thought that was quite funny. Sorry. And Botman's off as well. Botman was a doubt anyway, so that doesn't really shock me. So Kraft is on. Miley Oscilla.
Sure.
Lewis Miley is definitely one to watch out for because he is a talented young lad.
Yeah.
Oscilla's all right, but yeah, Lewis Miley is the only one that's come off that bench and gone, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Got to keep an eye on him. Oh, hello. We weren't seriously asking for a red, were we? Yeah, there's no way that's a red. For God's sake. Leave me an egg. Stop listening to Arteta. For God's sake.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? It's all about what Arteta says.
Yeah. Right, so there we go. That's a new team. There will be reaction. It will be around 7:15, just to give me enough time to get everything sorted. That's not sustainable. Bane the clowns for working the club, GG. Did the Newcastle player just play the ball away after the whistle? Ah, the old days when that was a card. Big up to the 1,400 people now watching. Here comes Newcastle on the attack here.
That was saving tackle.
Wonderful tackle there by Kivior, who has been really good. You can see why people want him as the number 1 centre-back, which is why. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans say Arsenal shouldn't sell him. Why? He wants to be a first teamer. He's not going to get that with Gabriel in the way. Exactly. Let him be happy. You know, you don't have a long football career.
I wouldn't sell him personally.
No, but
I know what you mean.
But we are going to hold him back, you know, and he deserves to be a first teamer somewhere because he is really good. Now we've actually played him in his actual position. It's amazing how good it looks.
Exactly.
So I remember me and James both going, "Wow, I can't believe we got him," because we knew how good he was because obviously we knew about him in Italy, but we never played him in that position, so we never got to see it. We played him at left back, DM. It was just any other position other than centre back. And he is really good, really clever, very intelligent defender. Oh, yeah. Monday night football, Brighton versus Liverpool.
2 teams on the beach.
Yeah, pretty much. And Tuesday, you got Man City versus Bournemouth.
Yeah, Pep's unhappy about that. He'd rather the game. I think he'd rather the game on Wednesday, Thursday.
No, tough. He's never happy with anything, that man. Anyway, miserable git.
City will probably win that in anger.
Part of the pod with the peach. Well, surely the Liverpool players will probably take their bucket and spade anyway, whilst they're down at Brighton.
Yeah. Exactly. Have a day out of it before the game.
Yeah, especially with the weather at the moment in England, it's beautiful. So have a nice Mr. Whippy. I don't say 99 anymore because they don't cost 99p. Well, that's how we got bought up, wasn't it? They're 99s because that's how much they cost, 99p.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
It's like penny sweets. They don't exist anymore. Bloody hell.
No, they don't. I remember halfpenny sweets.
All right, Brendan, now you're showing your age, mate.
Before the halfpenny or halfpenny went out of circulation.
Christ, you're only 6 years older than me, but I have no idea what a halfpenny would even look like.
Oh man, I just remember that from the late 70s and the early 80s.
Christ.
Yeah. I'd say if someone's got half a penny now, get themselves down Sotheby's and get 6.2 mil.
Really?
No, it wouldn't cost that amount, but I reckon you can get some value from it.
Probably. It's probably worth way more than that, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 5 figures for it, if that. Maybe more.
See Odegaard? Are you watching Odegaard? This is how you strike a ball.
Yeah, even his right back showing him how to do it.
I know. Obviously, have Beach and Slot been in the IB? Yeah, he has actually, hasn't he? He's been on IB. Don't blame him. Don't blame him at all. Enjoy yourself. You just won the league.
Exactly. I'm jealous. This was supposed to be the last, about a year ago. Oh, we can't beat Pep. Can't beat him. He cannot be beaten. That's all I kept hearing. Yeah. You know.
Oh dear, 70 minutes gone. If we hold out for this, I'll be happy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Popey having a moment there.
They capitalised on Popey there. One thing I wanted to ask you about, PB, hold on a sec. Once this,
Yes,
hold on. See what Newcastle are going to be doing here.
I will quickly just talk about this though, Tim. You spot on. Not with Saka so much, but with Saliba and a couple of others. Yes, we do need to win something next season.
You're right, Timmy. I agree.
What were you going to say, mate?
Yeah. So basically, right, I always find that over the years, okay, we always we get like for like in our position. But
Yeah.
do you think it's ever an issue where you can have two top class goalkeepers? Because I always find that's a position that's the toughest in
Yeah.
terms of getting a quality goalkeeper isn't an issue, but when you want someone who's in number two, it's like I wouldn't mind getting a number two that can come in and play. We could rotate the keepers, and you'd have no issues
Yeah.
with their understanding of the back four. You know what I mean?
Who had
Yeah,
it recently? Who had it recently where they're two top quality goalkeepers?
What,
I suppose
Liverpool?
technically us. Ramsdale and Raya. I suppose technically.
Yeah, and then you had Liverpool as well done great this season with their keepers. Alison Keller's come in and done a job.
Oh yeah, and plus they've got another youth one which is really really good. The Czech dude, he's really good. But no, I think what Arsenal are trying to do with their choice of number two is someone that will take over from Raya eventually. And I think he'll push him a little bit next season. Probably not too much, but he looks good enough.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't give him the number one shirt next season. And obviously, we already know that number changes have happened anyway. So Raya's going to number one. One there he's got number 22. But no, I think you should have two top class goalkeepers. Because funny enough, goalkeepers also get injured. It really knocks me off. Because
look at Seaman.
Yeah. Well, we had
Alex Manninger.
Yeah, well, we had Seaman and Lukic as well at the right beginning, didn't we? So
that's right, Seaman Lukic and John Lukic. That was an interesting one for me. I don't know of any other goalkeeper that has played for two clubs twice.
Yeah,
he was brilliant. Oh,
yeah,
he was brilliant. I was actually happy when he came back. For a little while, I was understudy to Seaman.
Yeah,
then
you go to Leeds.
Legend coming home.
Then you go to Leeds.
Yeah, he was Leeds, then Arsenal, then back to Leeds, and then back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think because the amount of jumping that you see goalkeepers, they are very likely to hurt their shoulders and arms more than anything else because of the way they climb and jump over players. I'm surprised not every club doesn't have two top class goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Obviously our backup is Neto, and I'll be honest, there is a massive drop off.
There is, isn't it? And that's what I'm saying.
Going on. Over. But I think Joan Garcia will, if that is the guy that comes in, I think he will be good enough. Our goalkeeper situation is really interesting because obviously Setford has just been announced that he's now first teamer, but a lot of people are getting carried away with that. He's also going out on loan, people.
Yeah. Saka's going off. Martinelli.
Oh, there we go. Here's Kai.
Oh, sorry. Martinelli's just gone to Mikel.
Yeah, Saka's
Boss,
coming off.
what should I do? Boss, what should I do? Should I keep my head up? Should I keep my head down? What should I do? What should I do, boss?
So,
guys.
Hi.
Yeah. On comes Havertz.
All right, so that will be two wingers now of Martinelli and Trossard. And Havertz will be up front.
Gosh, I know Arteta so well. I said 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I should go down the bookies.
Willock has come on for Harvey Barnes.
Yeah. Always like Joe Willock.
Yeah. He's very, for me, quite like Iwobi. I think we should have just given him a little bit more time. And I think we would have got something out of him. Not saying he was a first teamer, but a squad player, which is, something that I'm quite happy with anyway, to have squad players.
Yeah.
A lot of people just get that really misunderstood. Oh, you'd have Willock in the team. I'd have Willock in the squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'd be great.
Exactly.
Someone off that bench to come off. Be great. But yeah.
Oh, he's unlucky there.
that would have been beautiful to see. Oh, they're saying that's a pass back. I don't think so. It wasn't intentional.
Mm-mm.
Couldn't wait to bring Havertz on. Poor Ethan. People don't want to believe me when I say about how Arteta just does not like Ethan.
It don't, yeah. Yeah, of course they do. Exactly. I mean, but you know what? Everyone else can. I mean, everyone can see it, but then there's still that denial.
Yeah.
You know.
I know
when we talk about it in the chat, it's not having a dig at Arteta; it's what we can see.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone thinks it's always having a dig about Arteta. It's not really.
Yeah. No.
No. All I care about is a club. I don't really care about him.
Because I'll tell you what, if any of us in that group chat, right? If Ethan was our son or our nephew,
yes,
or cousin, there'll be a difference. There'll be a different conversation.
100%.
They wouldn't be happy because I know deep down how Nathan's parents are feeling. I know the whole situation. You know what I mean? They're not saying, yeah, he should be starting week in, week out. I know that. But I know how they're feeling.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to be on the coach. I'll see in the middle of it. Oh, dear.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, honestly, guys, for anyone watching on X, honestly, just come over and read the comments on YouTube. They're absolutely fantastic. They're talking about their beloved Carlisle. And honestly, it's so funny to watch. It's probably more insane than the game is at the moment. Brilliant. So thank you, JJ. Yeah. Thank you, Chris, because honestly, you do keep us entertained.
100%.
God, gosh, delusions. All right, so 79 minutes played. Still 1-0 to the Arsenal. It's definitely not been a classic game. Ooh.
No.
That's out for a throw-in. I can't be asked with doom and gloom. People saying we might lose Ethan. What I think with Ethan is I think he knows he's going to outlast Mikel. And I get where he's coming from. I'm not saying he's going to get sacked, by the way, because unless he fucks up next season, he won't get sacked. But I do think there is an escape plan for him already. And I've seen the stars. I can see everything that's playing out, and it definitely does look like that for me at the moment, that he's going to be going to another club. I reckon my prediction is 2027. I think Arteta starts at a new club. Yep.
I've just seen what my brother's put in the chat.
What's Dave?
That's so funny. Oh no, when Michael's putting, couldn't wait to bring Havertz on poor Ethan. And Dave was like, injured people are priority. Oh man.
I know Akpos is being sarcastic when he's saying Arteta is protecting Ethan, because I know exactly where he's going with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know Akpos is on the same page as us. But yeah, it's just this is where we'll probably give Ethan 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm so looking forward to Aussie Gooner chat when Steve-O gets it up and running again. I mean, because we all said, you probably saw it the other week. Self, Akpos, a few of us will come on. And have our say. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh man, I've been on it once before, But it's great channel to be on. Great, we had a great
I love
debate.
Aussie.
You know what I mean? Quality.
No, I love Steve.
Yeah, he's a legend. He is. But yeah, I just love how he calls things out, and he's just real with it. You know what I mean? He's we're you know what the two of
Oh
us.
God!
Look at Steve.
So Mikel's got a touchline ban for next weekend.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so he's just got a third yellow card.
Oh dear. Well,
God.
if it stays this way, it'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
I mean, it'd be okay anyway. It's just yeah. But no, just
okay. Just look at your brother's next comment. He's just put one in there. Oh, that's really good. I like what Davis has just done there.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, that's good.
You can't have that now.
No, I can't have that. Jeez. Right. Right. Newcastle are definitely knocking at the door at the moment. But yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, my expectation, Mikel won't be here for a long term. In my opinion, I think he'll want elsewhere. Oh,
yeah, because I've got I know it'd take a while. I've got to get myself back on the waiting list again anyway.
For
the Arsenal.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, I will do. I know it'd take years, but hey, I'm a fan at the end of the day. If it means that I get somewhere by the time I'm 60, so be it. That's just how I look at it. Because the missus was like, "Oh, so if that means that means you'll never get on there or whatever." I said, "Well, 5-6 years from now, that'd be all right." Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, okay. Long trip for Newcastle fans back, mate. I'll be honest. The way that Mikel's dressed, I'm considering whether or not we're playing in Scotland because I don't know why he's got a winged coat on. Why has he got a wind? Brenny, you're down in London. What's the temperature like?
It was a little cold earlier on, but it's okay now.
I've got my fan on.
Jacket job. Yeah.
Well, I've got my fan on. I know I'm in the West Midlands, but it's hot up here. But I'm pretty sure it would be warmer down south.
Yeah, I mean it's 18 degrees right now.
That's warm enough. It's exactly if it's hot in Carlisle, blooming heck. I literally don't understand why he's wearing a winter coat because it is a winter coat. It's not a summer jacket. It's a winter coat.
No, he's modelling, isn't he? He's just looking cool for his fans. He's the greatest looking Spaniard we know, or the best looking Spaniard we know, or that song that they sang about him.
Oh God! How many caps did he play for Spain?
I don't think he ever did.
I don't think he did he?
No, he didn't. I don't think he ever played for the B team. I don't think he ever played for the under 18s. I don't think he played for the under 21s. I don't think he played for the under 12s.
I'm just like thinking. I just never get why people. Okay, so he played. The max he went up to was under 21s for Spain.
Okay.
He played 10 games for the under 16s, 7 for the under 17s, 13 for the under 18s, 12 for the under 21s. Never played for the full team. But yeah, he's like this is his career. So he played, obviously started at Barcelona B, went to Paris Saint-Germain on loan, went to Rangers, went to Sociedad, went to Everton on loan, obviously signed for Everton, and then signed for Arsenal. You know, I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I don't.
No, I don't either. I don't. Like I said, he wasn't. Like I said, I've defended him as a player at Arsenal in terms of he wasn't. He wasn't a bad player for us, but he wasn't a great player. But then he wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't.
Sorry, that's good.
I haven't seen all the episodes, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, Chris, man, you're just legend, mate. Seriously. Yeah, he was. he was never a DM, and Wenger put him as a DM, and I felt sorry for him because I thought, well, it's not his position.
Yeah.
And he used to get stick for that. But I remember there was some games that myself and Damien Moss went to, and it was like we remember some of the boos at times he was getting. And it was like, but it's not his fault. He's not a DM.
Yeah.
But yeah. And he was a Fabregas replacement. Kieran Tierney. Gonna give him just 5 minutes.
Told you, 5 minutes. Just to say bye.
Said it. You said
just to say bye.
See that?
Marge in the scoot. Oh, Marge love. And you know what? She never actually smoked. Obviously, they're all fake fags, but she actually never smoked in her entire life. The actress. So yeah, I love that. I think it's Lewis Skelly coming off for Tierney, by the way.
Well, yeah.
But I've got no. I know I have an issue with like fullbacks for fullbacks, but this one I have no issues with. This is just right.
Do you know what? I think the fact that he hasn't been injured for months, for me, I would have played him in some crucial games where we needed that experience.
Oh, it's Trossard coming off. Oh, bloody hell! What's going on here? Okay, I'm now confused again. God's sake.
He's an absolute professional, Kieran Tierney. Absolute professional.
Love him.
Yeah. I mean, I follow Celtic, but I'll be watching him even more next season.
I won't be because he'll be at Celtic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's coming for you. He's coming. Yeah. Kieran Tierney, he's coming for you.
I'll obviously support him as the Scottish national team, but no. With what Rangers are planning to do this summer, we're having a big summer because obviously we've got new owners and stuff. Yeah. Oh, well done, Raya. Well done, Calafiori. Yeah. That was perfectly weighted and perfectly from Raya to come out. Jeez, that was
still been my man in the match, Raya. Still been my man.
Oh yeah, 100%. Who's playing the Community Shield? Crystal Palace
versus Liverpool.
Yeah, that's how it works. So the winners of the FA Cup always play the winners of the league. Obviously, if it's the same person that wins the FA Cup and the league, then it goes to the runners-up of the league. So yeah, so it's easy this season actually. Lovely doubly.
Well, the best Palace Liverpool game I'd ever seen was 1990 FA Cup semi-final. When Palace beat them 4-3, what a game that was.
Yeah.
What a game. I just remember no Ian Wright. With that, he had a serious injury that he came back from.
Yeah.
And it's just an Ian Rush scoring it. But then again, we'd already broken that hoodoo, didn't we? Where whenever Ian Rush scores, Liverpool never lose. And we did that in the 87 Cummins Cup. Littlewood's Cup.
Yeah.
But great memories. I mean, I was having a chat, funny enough, with someone the other day at the pub and a corner. And we were talking about we miss days when football was. Oh no, that's right. It was one of my workmates, and we were chatting about because they had the Premiership years, 95, 96 season, and the football, the entertainment, Bobby. Oh my God, great goals, great. You know what I mean? Great football. Yeah. It wasn't like how it is now. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of quality in the Premier League, of course, but I find it far more entertaining years ago, mate, compared to now.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I really do. That's why I'm saying that. I could watch teams like Forest, I could watch Bournemouth, I could watch Brentford, I could watch Brighton.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? It's just something more. And as for the playoffs, they've been really good so far.
Yeah, they have. So Newcastle will still be in the shout. They'll still be third, but it will go down to the final day now.
They'll be at home as well, won't it, Newcastle?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think Newcastle will get it. And I know why people are going to be asking, will Newcastle get Champions League? They will. I don't see that not happening. For me, the only team really at risk is Chelsea and Villa. they're the two teams that have probably got to look over their shoulders for Forest. They're at home to Everton. Well, yeah, so they'll be fine there.
And City have
No
2
disrespect to
games.
Everton. Yeah, exactly. I think City will finish third. Newcastle will finish fourth.
No, Chris. No. The 4-3 in 1990, mate. Not the 3-all. Oh gosh. Yeah, and Liverpool.
We've got about 3.5 minutes left now, people. 3.5 minutes. I don't see Newcastle scoring, if I'm honest there.
No. But yeah. It's been a better second half from us.
Oh yeah, it's much better. It's crazy to say that actually, because Saliba went off, but you know what?
All right, you're all right, mate. You're all right. Come on, dude.
Just playing some time wasting.
Time mate, yeah. And that's the discussion right there. Fabian Schär's like, "You're taking a bit," and Kivior was like, "What? What? What are you talking about? Leave him, man. Leave him alone. What? He's wasting time. What's your problem, man? Let the ref deal with it, man. You ain't gonna deal with it. You know what I mean? Get out of my face."
Exactly. Oh, now Odegaard's coming off. Oh, please don't be Waneri.
Jorginho.
Oh, this is a farewell for Jorginho then.
Yeah. He hasn't been a bad servant for us for 2 years.
No, definitely not. Especially with how much we paid. You know, if we paid an absolute fortune for him like we did with Kai, then I might have an issue with it. But no, for 12 million quid, bargain.
Yep.
But yeah, this is definitely a farewell now to all the players that are leaving. So there you go. There's confirmation. They lose it. I think Newcastle will be fine, if I'm honest. Well, yeah. I just don't see it happening, people. I really don't. People need to forget about it at the moment. Inter Milan to win the Champions League. It's hard for me to like any of them, if I'm honest. I'm going to be the most neutral because I'm an AC Milan fan and I'm a Monaco fan, here. So I don't like PSG and I don't like Inter.
AC Milan.
It's always because of Costa Curta, Baresi, George Weah. It's just the amazing Donadoni. Just amazing players that played at AC
That George Weah goal is still one of the best goals I've ever seen on TV.
Yeah, he was just.
Oh, what a goal that was! From his own box.
Yeah, well, he's now president, isn't he? Now president of Liberia.
Liberia.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Liberians love him. He really is. He's something. He is. I saw something on him a few weeks back. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, absolutely love him. Obviously, we had his nephew. Was it Christopher Ray?
I think it was his cousin.
Yeah.
I think it was his cousin. But Christopher Ray he wasn't a bad player for us.
Nope, just wasn't trusted again. Weirdly.
I don't know why we didn't play to the whistle there. Don't go to one more, Nelly. So sometimes when we play for free kicks, so all we have to do is hold on to the ball.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, Baggio is a good player, Roberto.
Yeah, fantastic player. You weren't touched. Get up.
Come on. Oh, I don't like that. I hope he gives me a yellow card.
Ref's just got a blow.
Ref's just got
a blow. Ref's not blowing. What's going on?
I think it's the time wasting from Raya, which would have backfired on us. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's all well and good us to trying to time waste, but they will add the time up, so it's not really.
Oh my God! Is that Martinelli just lost the ball?
Yeah, to Dan Burn.
We don't do the simple things, I tell you. Corner at Newcastle.
It's all well and good fans booing, but we gave this extra time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Typical Brazilian. Well, up against Dan Burn, yeah. Jesus. I wouldn't fancy playing up against Dan Burn. Jeez. That guy's a giant.
For real.
This would just be our luck just to concede in the last minute. Well done, Raya. Right, ref needs to blow up now.
This is just ridiculous.
It's all kicking off now. Let's see if we can get suspended for next game.
Yeah, Ryan needs to take it easy.
Well, Raya's really losing it.
Whoa, take it easy.
He's already on a yellow. Raya is already on a yellow card. Kivior's got a yellow. I think there might be another player that's got a yellow card here. I think he's trying to find him. Blimmin' heck. P-Tech rule. Is this game going to finish? It's very much like the Forest West Ham game that was just on before. Obviously, the refs just want to get that bit of overtime at the moment. Because he could have just blown the whistle quite easily, to be fair. Gone, you know what? You all want to be children. Just go home. He's obviously waiting for someone else. Oh, hang on. VAR are checking something. VAR are checking something here. This was just our luck to get a bloody red card for Raya here. Or a penalty. Don't know why waste time anymore. It's stupid.
I know.
Well, exactly. Because you literally just had it on now. Yeah. So it's literally, it doesn't. Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
End of the game. End of the game.
Ridiculous.
Well, it's obviously a VAR check for something which obviously needed to be done whilst the time was still going, in all fairness. But it's all done. It is 1-0 to the Arsenal. Thank you very much, Bren, as always. Where can they find you, my friend?
Welcome, man. Hey, you can always find me here on the Armory TV and X as well as Instagram. Sorry, I didn't do any videos like I normally do this week. It's been a bit busy, and plus, I'm still feeling the hurt of not winning the league, and is what it is. We've got one more game to go, and we go again next season. But thank you as always for supporting here. Love you all, and God bless.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. You'll see me again in around 45 minutes. I will do the reaction. Don't expect a long one because I've got really nothing much to talk about, to be fair. This hasn't been the most entertaining game. And guys, I'll obviously have to think about what I'm going to do next week because obviously what comes first for me are player finals. I'm sorry, but they do. But I will see what I can do about the Arsenal game. But yeah, that will come second. I'm sorry. What we may, if Freddie does join me, because it's
come on, you guys.
Yeah. We'll probably just go into it. Let's go straight into the Arsenal game and just talk. There won't be any of this fancy stuff probably. But guys, I will see you later in about 45 minutes. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.
Take care.